I can, yeah. Oh, can you hear me? Yeah, okay.
Good evening and welcome. Just pause the video there in the background. Just want to say hello to everybody. I'm really excited. I think we've got something like 50, maybe 100 people wanting to watch this live, which is interesting. And despite the fact that I've produced a few hangouts with David over the last few weeks, still a little bit nervous because I've got a lot of things going on. I'm just going to bring David on.
It helps if I unmute my microphone in the software as well. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for watching, and I'm going to switch over and bring David on screen now, and I have to unmute you as well. Hi David, how are you doing?
Michael, I am doing very well, thank you. It's very exciting what we are actually doing this evening. Do I have to...
No, don't worry.
Oh,
We've got everything under control.
Okay, well, I should share, folks, this is a little bit different than past Hangouts, Start Building Your Business, that you have seen. We are, actually, this is the first time that we are showcasing, if you will, some new ideas and technology that the brilliant Michael Mason has put together, and we have been doing a lot of brainstorming about all the various applications of what we are doing, and we got some phone calls from folks about real estate. So we have put together a concept. It's being done for the first time tonight, and actually we're going to be testing some technology because we have several realtors who are going to be showing us properties that they have listed, and each one of them, I believe, is going to be using some different technology, and we'll figure out what works best in how we're doing it. And so bear with us. A lot of things are happening literally for the first time tonight. We have more folks involved than we've ever had before.
Yep.
And we've got a very, very crowded green room. I mean, there's like 100 people in the green room, Michael. What's going on there?
No, that's a bit of a thing. We can only get 10 in, but we try and squeeze some more in. And there's actually, I won't disclose, but there's actually a method of getting a lot more people in there, but we're not here to talk about that. What I'd like to do is hand the show over to yourself, introduce the guests. I've got a few technical things that I need to do in the background, and then we'll rock and roll with the show, because the more time we spend with the guests, the more time we can spend with the properties. What do you think?
Sounds like a good idea to me. And then we have some special announcements to make in the end of the broadcast tonight.
Yeah.
So, Michael, I guess it's all up to you, man. You got control of people coming in and out. So,
well, I'm actually in the process of just unmuting every single guest. And the first person I'd like to bring onto the screen and introduce with James. James and I met through Hangout recently, and it's partly through him that I've been pushing what we're doing here, because I've seen what the work he's doing with estate agents in the UK and realtors over in the US. Hi James, how are you doing?
Yeah, hi Michael, very well, thanks. You?
Yeah, great.
Just you?
We'll wait and see. It could all go belly up any moment. I'm really pleased to have you here. I am. It's nice to have somebody who's been involved in the realty industry. But I'm not going to. I probably couldn't talk intelligently about everything you've done, so I'd like you to tell the audience, because there will be people watching who've never met you, I'm sure.
That's a blessing for them, I can tell you. But okay, so yeah, if you haven't met me, so my name's James Dearsley. I'm the founder of the Digital Marketing Bureau. So I do a lot of specialization sort of in the marketing world, but at the same time I've had 12 years experience in the property world. So as much as I have one foot in the social media world, I have a big motivation within the technological spectrum of real estate, partly because I'm an independent consultant for real estate companies, big and small, to help them understand technology in helping them serve their clients, their customers, and sell more houses, basically. So I do an awful lot of work with the 3D printing world, the augmented reality world, the virtual reality world, all specifically in the niche environment around real estate. So, for me, what you set up here, Michael, is absolutely perfect. It has one aspect of social, one aspect of technological. So I couldn't have thought of a better hangout. And I'm quite enjoying sitting here watching people madly running upstairs, running downstairs, trying to set cameras up left, right, and centre. So it's quite good fun.
That's fantastic.
James, you didn't mention one of the most important things about you.
What's that?
That's that you were a featured entrepreneur in Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. That's actually how you and I got to know one another. You were one of the maybe one of the first 10 or 15, and that list has grown tremendously since you and I had our hangout. So welcome this evening.
Yeah, thanks, David. Appreciate it.
What I'd like to do is just switch over to Jim for a moment. Hi, Jim.
Hello.
That's better. Fantastic.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm alright now. Had a bit of a technical problem. All fine.
Is it your first public hangout?
Oh, yeah.
Are we popping your hangout cherry? Fantastic.
Come on, Michael. It's a family show, Michael. Come on.
Now, Jane, I'm going to let Jane tell everybody about herself, but I met Jane again through what we're doing, and we're going to be demonstrating one of your properties this evening. And I'd just like you to tell the audience a little bit about the company, who you are, and what you do, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm Jane Gardner, and I'm an estate agent. I've got an estate agency called Saul & Gardner, and we're based in Hertfordshire in England. And we are looking always for ways to just be ahead of the game, I guess, and to do something different for our customers. And hence why I'm trying to learn all about Hangouts, and we have a little product that we do where we do hosted videos of our properties, and that's hence why I've met you through James as well. So I'm really excited to be here.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just hoping the technology stays up for me, that's all.
I know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I want to switch over to Salt Lake City now. I've just realised we're actually going to be broadcasting from Salt Lake City, Boston, the UK, and where else?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati. We're going worldwide with this, yeah. Okay, over to Salt Lake City. Hi there.
My name's Robin. How are you?
I'm fine, Robin. How are you?
Very good. Thanks.
And I met Robin earlier today in a hangout. Man, we've been hanging out all day today, haven't we, Robin?
I know. Lucky for you. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
My name's Robin Buckwalter. I am here in relation with a social media guru named Dennis Deuce, who brought me into this opportunity, and I'm very excited to be here. I'm with Discover Realty, and again in the Salt Lake Valley, off a beautiful home that my associate Tamara Zander has listed right now.
Fantastic. So we're actually going to be doing something a little different in your property as well, aren't we? Dennis has introduced a number of cameras.
He has. We've got cameras on the main floor, upstairs, and downstairs.
Fantastic. Well, as David mentioned earlier, with each property we are viewing, apart from the fact that they are all in completely separate locations, we're actually going to be using different technology in each property as well, so that's going to be good. And I think now over to Canada, that's where I forgot, to Bruce. Hey Bruce, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm talking to everybody from Victoria, BC, Canada, which is just a little bit north of Seattle.
Great.
And I'm in a property that I'll be listing this Friday in a couple days, And you can see it's empty right now, but we're going to be bringing a stager in, and then I'll be doing a hangout on air with the stager once it's listed. So I'm excited.
And Bruce, you should share also that you are actually doing some HOAs yourself from British Columbia.
Yeah, I've been doing some HOAs to offer people information, whether they be buyers or sellers, and then I keep those tapes as a library, and I found them to be, a good resource when people go to my website.
And how's the big picture? You've been doing it for about a month now, haven't you? Or maybe a little longer?
I'm sorry, David, you broke up.
I said you've been doing HOAs for, what, 5 or 6 weeks now? And we lost his connection, I think.
No, that's not a problem. We can come back. We've got a few other properties to show off as well.
Okay.
Right. I know what's going on there. Okay. I'm happy, buddy. Okay. Last but not least. Bruce, you're back with us. Hi, buddy.
Oh well.
That's good. What I want to do finally is go over to Dan. Are you there, Dan?
I'm here.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good, and you?
I'm good. I'm just, my hands are going all over the place. There's a problem with echo on my microphone that I'm going to deal with that in a moment, because I'm actually going to be muted and handed over to David, because when the next scene comes up and the panels and everything, I'm going to be quite busy.
Yeah, I understand.
So let me try and get this right. We've got Dan in Boston, yeah?
Actually, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. We've got Bruce in British Columbia. We've got Jane over in the UK. And we've got Dennis and
Robin.
in Salt Lake City. And we've got
Utah.
James in the UK as well. Oh my God. I'm going to be kept busy. My drone, you remember, Dave, I got the drone and I said we're going to have to get this drone to fly around over all the properties. That's going to keep me busy.
Actually, you're fast forwarding, maybe not all that long, because I think the drone's not. I had a package delivered from Amazon today with a drone, so I suppose we'll be able to do it with the real estate world.
Skeet shooting with prizes. I love the American sense of humour.
There we go.
Right.
Okay, so
I'm going to hand over to you, David, and I'm going to have to go off screen and start doing all the techie stuff. Okay?
Okay, why don't, since it's taking up most of our screens, why don't we go to Salt Lake City and view that lovely home that we are looking at. So Jane, you want to, I'm sorry, not Jane, Rob or okay, Robin's going to do the talking, Dennis is going to be doing the producing. So Robin, would you like to share the home with us, and let's see what and this home is located in Salt Lake City?
This home is actually in a suburb of Salt Lake City called Sandy, Utah. It's south of Salt Lake City, and it's in the eastern foothills of the valley. We're actually nestled at the base of the Wasatch Mountains, and we'll see some of those views shortly. So this home, it's a 3,800 square foot home. It has 5 bedrooms and 3 full baths. 4 of those bedrooms are upstairs, including the master bedroom. In the basement, there is really a second master suite, as the bathroom's attached to the bedroom. There's a second family room or a recreation room and a bonus room if someone loves crafting, weightlifting, really any hobby you have. There's a nicely sized room down there to make whatever you want out of it. This home was built in 1992, and the original owners still live here, so it's been in one family. And in the last 5 years, they've put a new roof on with a 40-year warranty, and they've re-stuccoed the outside of the home. So they've done some nice upgrades recently to keep the home up to date.
Okay, I've actually been to Sandy, Utah. In the 90s, I used to come out to Salt Lake City every 6 weeks. So didn't didn't visit too many homes, but that looks like a beautiful home. So it looks like Dennis has at least 3 cameras set up.
Yes.
You want to take us on a tour, and we'll look at other areas of the home?
Okay, we're going to do the little walk around first with one of the freehand cameras that Dennis has, so he's on his way. We're going to show you a little bit of the main living area. You can see behind me the grand staircase. There's vaulted ceilings in this room, which you might hear a little bit of the echo. It's a formal living room, and right to the side of me this way is a formal dining room.
I'm laughing because you got somebody in the background there,
Can you see me?
The cameraman.
Okay, can you hear me is the question. I'm going mic free.
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, so I'm through the foyer. We're coming into the family room, the kitchen, or the great room, as we call these in the United States at least.
Now we're losing some sound. Dennis, we need some more sound if you can hear us.
Can you hear me if I get real close?
Let's. What happened to that wonderful mic we had? There we go.
Michael, I have a request. Michael, Dennis is asking for you to unmic the handheld camera that he's on so you can hear me when I'm in there with him.
No problem.
We did it. All right.
Thank you.
Not well.
How about right now?
A little better.
Yeah, I'm going to talk really loud and show you the family room with the gas log fireplace. The views, I don't know if we can see the views with through the windows and the blinds, but the Wasatch Mountains are right out the windows of this great room. So it's a view you see every morning and in the afternoon and in the evening. This is where the majority of families spend their time, is in the family room and the kitchen. This kitchen was upgraded 6 years ago with granite countertops. The cabinets are a bead board, and there's a custom backsplash. One of my favorite features is when you open the lower cabinets, the drawers roll out. I'll show you. Voila! Then you don't have to get down hands and knees and dig through the cupboards to find what you need. There's a breakfast right here, the baby window, and again it has those gorgeous views that all year round are stunning. In the summer and the fall, very lush green, and in the fall it turns red, orange, yellow, and every shade in between. So come with me through here. We're in the formal dining room. If you have guests over, you've got plenty of space, and then you've got entertainment in the room we started in the formal living room. Oh, we're picking up here. Okay, I'm picking up our regular mic.
Much better.
Can you guys hear me okay?
I hear you very well now.
Okay, I'm sorry about that last one. So we walked you through the kitchen.
No problem. We'll fix it.
Okay. We just went through. That's kind of the main floor. There is also an office behind me and a half bath. Right now we're going to try to zoom downstairs to one of the cameras Dennis has set up into the second living room or the recreation room. Have we got a shot of that? I hear pool balls clicking, or billiard balls.
Yep, we've got that on screen.
Thank you, I see it. Okay, so this is our recreation room. There is an area where the walls are in, there's a kind of a space you can see a little bit at the back of that room, an entertainment center, an area back inside within the walls where they've actually set it back apart so that it doesn't take up any extra space. Dennis is showing that off.
Is that Vanna back there?
Just about. He does wear a white hat. Typically. In this area, just off of this room, is a 3/4 bathroom and another bedroom. And also on this level, the basement is that bonus room that I mentioned that could be really anything you want it to be, from an exercise room, a craft room, or a kid's playroom. Okay, let's try going upstairs. Oh, it sounds like our upstairs camera is not going. We were going to just show you our master bedroom has bay windows, and they look out to the east. to the gorgeous Wasatch Mountains. So there's a beautiful view from the master bedroom and bathroom.
Well, beautiful. And what is the...
That might be all. It's a gorgeous house.
Somebody asked, am I serious? Did I really have an Amazon drone? What is the asking price for that lovely home in Sandy, Utah?
This listing is currently priced at $454,700. And again, it's listed through Tamara Zander, my associate, and we're with Discover Realty. And we're just honored to be here. Thanks for having us.
Well, we're also looking at a beautiful view of the Wasatch Mountains from Google World.
Wonderful.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Lovely, lovely home.
Thank you, David.
How long have you had the home listed, or is it a new listing?
No, it's been about a month and a half to 2 months, and it's actually been under contract a couple of times. We've had consistent showings. We have a couple of offers in right now.
Wonderful. How is, generally speaking, how is the real estate market in Salt Lake?
The market here has been going up for the past about a year and a half. We actually did a little, we're not a survey. We did a little study to look at pricing in this area and various suburbs of Salt Lake City. Over the past 18 months, housing prices have gone up 26%, and the Salt Lake Board of Realtors has just published an article saying that Salt Lake City is at the best prices it's been in 7 years. So we're seeing things, if they're staged and people take good care of their homes, they're not listed for very long. They're selling quickly and getting a lot of showings. It's been a great market.
I have to say, we know Salt Lake City for skiing, or just generally Utah for skiing, but it's a lovely, lovely city. I actually have not been there since the Olympics were in Salt Lake, so there's a lot of building and development going on, but it was always one of my favorite places in the United States to visit. So thank you for taking time and showing us a beautiful home in Sandy, Utah.
Thank you, David. Thank you. You're very welcome. We're glad to see everybody. Thanks.
Okay. At this time, I think I'd like to bring a non-real estate person in to our broadcast. Dan Quee. Dan, why don't you explain exactly why you are here today, because it's a pretty interesting story. It's a non-real estate story, but it's a pretty interesting story.
Okay. Well, I'm here as a technologist. I'm with Vuzix Corporation. Vuzix Corporation has been in business since 1997, and we create wearable smart glass technology. So all of you who thought Google Glass was the company who invented it all, no, not quite right. So we've been out there doing it a long time. And tonight what we're going to do is we're actually going to stream live video from a pair of smart glasses, and I'll hold them up so you can see them. This is actually a pair that's mounted to a pair of safety glasses, and we'll be streaming live with no wires whatsoever, straight from the headset while you're walking around, right off to all the real estate agents around the world.
So it becomes a great tool to do exactly what we are doing, walking around a home, showing off the home, and hopefully we'll get some good reproduction there.
Yeah, what's more, someone said to me, well, streaming's okay, but you miss the customer interaction. Well, you don't, because one of the things that happens is inside the lens that you're looking at, you're actually able to see the customer. If they happen to be on Skype or something, you'll actually see your customer at the same time. So you'll be able to interact with them live, just like you would like we're doing now.
Okay, James, I just saw your comment. We'll get back to you, okay, James? But why don't you continue on, Dan, and let's see. Why don't you give us a demonstration?
Okay, so I need my buddy Nick to pop back up again, and he needs to give me a login because we're going to switch. Sorry for all the switching here, but we've got to switch technologies a little bit. So he needs to give me a login to another live feed.
Okay, let me just come back on screen a moment.
And Nick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was talking and I'd forgotten to unmute my microphone. I apologise.
Okay.
What is that? Is that the Wasatch Mountains I'm looking at?
That was. Hang on, I need to put the right window up and... Oh, yeah. I've got so many windows open here. Just give me a moment.
So do I.
All I gotta say, Michael, it's your fault. You created this.
I'll tell you what, David, may I just interject a second?
You're
because while those guys are doing the unbelievable technological bit behind the scenes, I just wanted to bring up the question which I had, and actually in the event page, Catherine had brought up as well. Would Robin just mind explaining to everybody just what her setup is there, or Dennis as well, just to give a brief overview of how they set up the multiple camera views and how they organize all of that. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely. Dennis, it's over to you, Dennis.
Dennis is muted.
Dennis, can you hear us? You are muted.
Dennis
Unmute yourself. Can you unmute him, Mick?
I can't, not from this end. Just give me a moment. I'll make sure that I haven't done anything at my end. Dennis needs to unmute.
It's one of the challenges of having so many people on a hangout with.
Tell me, James. Not only, tell me, James. There we go. I think he figured it out.
Yeah, good for you guys. Well done, Mike. You're doing a great job.
Right.
Yeah,
that invite's gone across.
Okay, sorry. Well. Mike muted itself for some reason. Weird technology, right? So what we've got set up here, we've got 3 different things going. The computer that we're in the main room is a Windows 8 computer with a external USB mic and an external USB camera connected to it. Then the camera that we use to walk around, in fact, Robin, do you mind going and grabbing that so they can see it?
Sure.
What she's grabbing right now is my Motorola cell phone, and it was connected. I've got this little device that I created to mount it to a tripod. So it was on a tripod. That's how I did the Steadicam work that I did with her. And then downstairs is a Samsung Chromebook that we had downstairs. Upstairs, the camera that we couldn't get connected because they never use their Wi-Fi upstairs, and so it doesn't get up there. That was going to be a tablet, Nexus 7 tablet. So I was trying to really show basically pretty much everything except, smart cameras on glasses.
But I think that's great though, because actually what you've done is you're using fundamentally achievable technology. It just looks complicated with all the multiple angles and all the multiple rooms, and you're connecting through a Wi-Fi, but fundamentally what you're doing is you're showing that any agent probably nowadays has a tablet, has a smartphone, has a camera, whatever it might be. So it's actually, as long as they get the setup correct, and you guys are under pressure. I mean, Michael, bless him. I can't even imagine what he's doing at the moment. But the point is, if you've got time to set up an open house or a show house, and you've got people streaming in at a certain time, you've got hours to get the setup right. And I think that gives credit to you guys, because the multiple screening then was absolutely was superb, and I can completely imagine that from an open house side would be fantastic. So credit where credit's due. Well done, guys. Really impressed.
And thank you very much for your comments, James. Thank you.
We definitely were under a lot of pressure. In fact, I feel sorry that Robin has to stand here next to me because I am still sweating profusely. Can't imagine how Michael's dealing with it out there. But even though it's snowy outside, I have been. It's been a pressure cooker for the last hour and a half getting this set up. So.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dennis, and thank you very much, James, for your astute question, very important, because you made a great point in that there's nothing really fancy, if you will, about the cameras. It's just basic equipment that most everybody has. Okay, I think we're ready to get back to the glass approach to cameras. So Dan, you want to come? Michael, you want to bring Dan back in?
Yeah, I've got Dan on the Hangout, and I'm just going to bring in the video as well. One moment.
Okay.
Need to switch that and bring you in. There we go. Right, I've got the headset on camera now.
Okay, I'm going to move over to, and I'll only be able to hear you on the headset, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Okay, so we're streaming live from the headset, and I'm just showing you some stained glass that my wife does, just to give you an idea of how well the video does stream.
One moment, Dan, and while I
that?
mute another microphone.
You're actually muted. So,
there. Right, I'm only getting audio from your headset now, which
stained
is
glass
great.
holder. This is a glass fusing of a face. The glass bowl.
Wow.
Nice bowl that she fused together. And more Christmas ornaments. Yeah. So you can wear this. I can actually see Mick in here in the screen as well. I could talk to him if he'd unmute his microphone. Of course, you could do a whole house tour or property tour with just wearing the device on your head.
So you've actually got the headset. You're wearing it now, and you're just walking around wirelessly. And we tested this before as well with Dan, and we were getting some. We actually got some really good quality video from the headset. One thing I commented on, which I think Dan mentioned as well afterwards, is that while you were moving the headset, the picture didn't pixelate so much, and Dan was going downstairs and outside, and we have a video of him outside as well while we were testing. For me, there's some really good quality video coming from this what in effect is a very small piece of equipment. It's just something that, in fact, it's probably smaller than my headset.
And Dan, just to put it in perspective, what is the retail price of the camera, the glass that you were showing?
The headset, the smart glasses sell for $1,000. It comes with the headset. It comes with a pair of safety glasses. It comes with a headband, and it also comes with an external battery, just in case you want to run for a day or so without having to recharge.
Okay. I guess now, Mick, we're ready to move on to James.
Yes, we are.
It's getting to be bedtime over there in the UK, so why don't we get to James? And
okay.
James, you want to take over? And between you and Jane, I don't know exactly how you're going to do it, but you've got the stage now.
Oh, thank you very much. I mean, actually, to be honest, I'm here out of mute curiosity. To be honest, Jane is the one with the realtor. I'm the guy that hopefully stitches it all together. But one point I just want to make about the stuff that Dan was showing there. 2014 is said to be the year of wearable technology, and I think this is particularly attributable for the property industry, certainly being hands-free with glass or any other wearables like the Vuzix stuff. I mean, if anybody wants to have a look at those, they're called the M100, I think, if that's correct, Dan. The M100s, and they're the first commercially available wearable glasses, and they're well worth to have a look at and a research, because they're certainly one of the things to look out for this year. But I won't waffle on anymore. But certainly Jane, I know, has been dealing with you, Michael, on this. So let me hand over the baton a little bit.
Okay.
Hello.
Jane?
Hi. If I unmute myself, it helps.
You're on, Jane.
I keep forgetting. I need to switch to the 4-panel view a moment, because what we're doing here is something a little bit different. We decided, because it's so late in the UK and I'm on UK time, it didn't actually dawn on me until we'd arranged it, and I thought it's going to be really dark and it's going to be difficult to run the video. So what we've done is we have a 4-panel layout, and if I can get the right panel up, it helps. There we go. We have Jane there, and the video should be somewhere. The video is there. Okay, I can move you up there. There we go. It's nice and neat. And what I'm going to do, in fact, move it over there. I'm just going to play this video of the property, and Jane actually talks about the property while she's walking through, but by all means, Jane, ask me to pause the video at any time. We may get questions from the audience, and we'll pause the video while we're running that.
Okay.
Welcome to Misbourne House on this lovely January morning. The sun's trying to break through. Come on in. This is quite an exclusive townhouse on this gated development.
Here's
here
Jane
in Chalfont
entering
St
the
Giles. We enter on the entrance hall, the ground floor. We are on 3 levels in this property.
Is there meant to be sound with this,
I'll just
Jane?
show you very quickly that we
There
have
is, yeah.
a garage here.
So Michael, I don't know if you can unmute the sound on the video.
I apologise. It's because of the software that I'm using. I can hear the sound, and the audience can hear the sound, but you can't. Right, so I will find a solution to that. And it's not difficult, but it would mean me bringing yet another session into the Hangout and then sharing the screen through the Hangout. It's one of the technical problems that we've got. The audience can actually hear the dialogue and everything that you were talking about the property. If I loop back the audio, it will actually cause squealing in your headsets. It will cause a problem. And we were looking at this today, and I thought it was a really good video. The quality, especially. I just want to carry on rolling.
The area because we have the tumble dryer, fridge freezer.
There's the double garage area there.
Softener, electric up and over doors here. Obviously all the electrics and...
I'm actually listening to the video. I'm not wanting to interrupt you on the video.
We do have an understairs storage cupboard, lots of space for your buggies or hoovers.
What's that, Michael?
That's the storage cupboard.
Oh, there you go.
So you've got your washing machine in your storage cupboards and sink unit.
I think we know what that one is, Michael. No editorial comment needed there.
No editorial comment. The problem is you can't hear the audio. I can't, the audience can. At least I hope the audience can. I would hope the comment if you don't.
So are they hearing you over the top of the audience?
Yes.
And we also have an ensuite bathroom, which has a power shower over the bath.
And can they hear us talking over the audio or not?
Pedestal basin, tiled floors, nice, really nice power shower there. If you want to have a quick look in the ceilings, we have some...
Can I just clarify this, Jane, just while we're talking, so, or Michael maybe? So what you've got in the 4 quadrants, obviously you have Jane who could be providing audio if she wanted to. You have a map, and then you have the video streaming in the top right-hand corner. So this is basically a pre-recorded hosted Hangout, for want of a better term.
It's a pre-recorded Hangout, yeah. So I can mix around the panels live. For example, I've got the video of the property in the top corner there, and if I find which element to take hold of, there we go. I can actually place that anywhere I like. So I decided to put it up in the corner there. I can bring other elements in as well, live, while the Hangout is running. And one thing that I did kind of overlook is the fact that, yes, the audio from the video comes into my computer, into the stream, and then goes out to YouTube live. It didn't occur to me that you wouldn't hear the audio, but I'll find a solution to that. That's not a problem. In fact, if Jane and I work with each other, I will show her how to share a video within a Hangout. The only caveat, as we know that use Hangouts, is that you cannot play copyrighted content, even if it's yours. It can cause a problem. But with the method that we use, we're not actually broadcasting the Hangout, so we get round that, and we're delivering direct into YouTube live.
System installed.
I think the other thing, if you don't mind me asking, is that it also will allow agents who are perhaps not so confident on their technical side to still get the benefits of a live Hangout where people can ask the questions without the worry and the stress and the strain of setting things out in the way that perhaps Robin and Dennis, with their technical abilities, can do. Is that fair to say?
I would vouch for the fact that Hangout there can be quite stressful. Especially when you're producing it and you're trying to control everything. But even at a very basic level, hitting the Hangout button and going live, it doesn't need to be stressful. People tend to get a little bit, how can I put it, they tend to overthink the technology and get a little bit stressed out by it. And they don't need to. It's not actually that difficult. For example, we don't need to run the comment tracker. We don't need to have 4 panels. We don't need to have all the additional tools. But little things like, for example, on Google Earth now, I can zoom in the right panel to the property. Google Street View doesn't go right up to the property itself, but we can pan around and we can have a look at the area, and if we want to, we can zoom back out. In fact, if I put that on the pad, it's a little bit bigger. There we go, bring Google Earth up, and then I can zoom way out, and we can find out exactly where that property is in relation to, for example, the M25, local stations, etc.
Question. I have a question for Jane. Excuse me. How much? Obviously, your prime market to sell this property is right in your area where you are. How much how much time or resources do you spend in actually potentially marketing this property internationally?
Not a great amount, if I'm honest. I mean, this type of video is something that we're looking at for the international market, and we do get a lot of people.
I'm sorry, go on.
Sorry. We get a lot of people from other parts of the UK, and we do get a lot of people that come here for work. So they're looking initially to see if it's something they like before they obviously come over and actually view the property. But it's quite rare for us to actually sell something to someone that doesn't view the property internally. But I think that this is a chance to limit, are they going to be interested or not before they actually turn up on the doorstep and then realise it's not in the right area or it's not the sort of property they want. So I think it has that market. It's like the sort of initial viewing, and we find that with sales, people are looking for 3 or 4 months before they even come and actually view a property. So this is a great way to get in first with actually seeing what the property's like and where it is. So.
Well, and then if Michael and I produced a show where we could be literally showing properties all over the world, and then there would be an opportunity for people to view this, whether or not they're actual customers, that remains to be seen. But we know of television shows that show real estate in various parts of the world. So this technology, where I'm going with it, is this technology allows us to do the same type of thing.
Absolutely, and to be honest, a lot of people aren't going to know where our area is unless they've been here. So this is a chance where someone might actually say, wow, that looks absolutely perfect. I've never heard of it. I would never in a million years have thought of coming there to view a property, but now I do because I've seen it. So, that's hopefully what we're going to get out of it.
Well, excuse my ignorance, but where in the UK actually is that property, or where in England is that property?
It's in Buckinghamshire. So we're based in Hertfordshire, so it's right on the cusp of Hertfordshire and Buckinghamshire, which is on the train 25 minutes into the centre of London. But it's very greenbelt land, so lots of countryside, very accessible into town. But actually, you wouldn't think you're in London, although you're very close to it. So.
Well, Michael's showing us exactly where it is. Thank you for that, Michael.
I think, can I just make a point again on this, which is one of the things about the London market and in the UK is that I think it was last year there was a statistic that 60% of all buyers in the London new build market were overseas.
Wow.
So when you have the power of something like a hosted Hangout, in any of the ways that you've already seen it, whether it be Dan's through the glasses, which I thought were fantastic, whether it's Jane's method here, which I think is a great intermediary side, or what Robin and Dennis have done, the overseas markets or the long distance markets where perhaps they want to sort of isolate which properties they see and whether they want to waste their time coming to see these places. This is a real time-saving, innovative, PR-heavy way of marketing the properties. So it's, fantastic.
Wow, and you just brought an idea to mind. It would be a wonderful way for a Chamber of Commerce to interest people into coming into whatever general area they are, and here's a property when you come into that area. That would be another way to approach the concept. Thank you for that, James.
Hey, David.
Yes. Salt Lake City, Utah is calling out.
Yes, so when I leave here, I actually go to the Draper Chamber of Commerce, where we are doing the third week of a weekly show highlighting members of the Chamber of Commerce and bringing in people from around Google to interject and engage with these local business members. So, the technology can work really well for building chambers and for chambers and other associations to be able to answer that question, well, what's your value? Why should I pay my membership dues?
Or I'm saying just to get the chamber to promote the general area wherever that property listing might be.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It's just another application. Okay, Jane, is there anything else that? Well, thank you for that comment, Dennis. Jane, is there anything else you would like to talk about with your property?
I think just from not so much about the property, but just to say that it's a very simple way of showcasing your property outside of your area. It didn't take very long to do, and I appreciate that it would be great to learn about the Google Glass and to actually have those sort of applications. But again, not particularly technical estate agent here, and a lot of the people would be a little bit scared about using something and going on a Hangout. We managed to just walk around with the camera and do one take as if we were viewing the property, and then we can showcase it to a greater audience. And I think that it is, like James said, a very intermediary way of doing it, but actually without any fear, and a lot of people could do it. So I think it's something that a lot of estate agents in realtors in Great Britain would be interested in doing this if they want to showcase their properties further afield than the area that they're actually listing in.
Well, with the 4 panels there that Michael's created, you could actually show a video that's ongoing while the agent themselves are real time, showing various aspects of the home. I saw a little quiver when you said Google Glass to Dan. I saw him shake a little bit when you said that.
I'm going to get there, honestly.
No, that's quite okay. That's quite okay. Okay, well, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Jane. Thank you very much, Jane, and we appreciate your time. And I guess it's bedtime in the UK now.
Yeah, getting that way. 9:45 in the evening.
I know that James often has to give his children a bath before he comes on a late-night HOA broadcast from the United States. So that's the price you have to pay, James. I don't know.
You should see these bags. These bags are getting bigger.
Okay, well, we're gonna thank you very much. We're gonna switch gears now. We're gonna go all the way. We're gonna go 1,000,000 miles away from the London area, and we're gonna go over to British Columbia. And I see a smiling face, Bruce McCallum, who is very familiar with the concept of using an HOA with real estate. He's doing his own show from the British Columbia. Bruce, what do you think about what you've seen so far tonight?
Well, yeah, hopefully my audio is coming through okay. If people are what did I think? I think it's great. This is a great example of how technology can be used to market a product. My situation is a little bit different here. If you're curious, I'm in this listing, and as I said before, it's a vacant listing, and because it's vacant, I don't have any Wi-Fi here. And so what I had to do is I had to use my iPhone as a personal hotspot, And then I have the iPhone plugged into my laptop. And so my laptop is on the internet due to the iPhone's hotspot. And what you can see, it's giving me two camera angles, which is kind of nice. This is the integrated laptop camera. And then this one over here, you can see is my iPhone. So I could actually pick up the iPhone. I won't do that now because of the pixelization, but you could pick up the iPhone and you could shine it out the window to show some more details. But this is one way of doing it. The other way is very simple. You could, if you're in a home that has Wi-Fi, I could simply just use my iPhone and I could walk around the house live and show rooms that way as well. The other thought that comes to mind too for some of the viewers out there is that, you know, this technology is great, and it's great for listings and new listings and such, but it can be used as a resource of information for buyers and sellers. For example, on Saturday, once the property here is all staged, I'm going to have a stager come in, and we're going to be talking about the advantages of staging a property and how can it increase the list price of the property. For those people who are curious, I'm going to try to do a screen share here. And this is another feature. This is what the property looks like. It's a 3-level townhome with a double garage. It's about 1,900 square feet. I don't know what that calculates in square meters. I'm not quite sure. But it's recently been painted and spotless, and it's got 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2-car garage. And it will be listed this Friday for just under 450,000 Canadian. And the other nice thing about this screen share is, if I can bring it up here, just give me one moment. I'm trying to bring up the floor plan. Does that show, David? Does the floor plan show?
No, we haven't.
Little tip here. Screen share this week has been broken. If you jump into it and jump out, you can't jump back in right now. I don't know what's going on Google's end. All you need to do is refresh that screen. You'll drop out of the call for a half a second. When you come back, you'll be able to do that one more time. Just a little tip.
Oh, okay. Thanks. How do you refresh it?
Okay, you go to your, you right-click on the screen share button, and you'll see a thing that says reload. Just click on that. You're going to drop completely out of this call, but you'll be able to come right back in again. And then you'll be able to reshare again.
Okay, well, if I get dropped off anyway, in summary, you know, if I do get dropped off, I see this as a great tool. I think that if you have the equipment, use it to its full advantage, of course, but if you're a novice at technology, you know, keep it really simple and just connect to the internet using your mobile phone.
Very good. And Dennis Deuce, thank you for being, thank you for sharing that information. Actually, it was a topic of conversation in the mastery community about that screen share. Something's going on, and it's widespread, and Google knows about the problem. So if you run into that problem, you have an opportunity to comment and tell Google about it, but the engineers are very aware of it. Thank you, Dennis, for bringing that up.
No problem. And if you have any other questions, just hashtag #AskTheDeuce.
Oh, get out of it. What is that, a plug for you, Dennis? What are you trying to do here, man? Yes. No. Hashtag #AskTheDeuce. Or how about hashtag Ask James Dearsley? That would work too, wouldn't it?
No, that'd be awful.
That would be awful. Laura Williams, who is viewing this, brings up an interesting point that we've actually talked about, Laura. I'll read your comment. This would be especially great for rentals if the people are looking out of the area. Hold that thought, because we're going to talk about it in the summary of it. And let's see.
Bruce has his floor plan up. I can bring that up on screen for you if you like.
Sure, bring it up.
Thanks for giving me that tip about refreshing. Here's a good way to show a floor plan. I don't know how it is for the other realtors on the program, but the floor plan is an extremely important part of my marketing, because it can show a person the layout, it can show room sizes, etc. And so it really saves time, so people don't have to waste their time going out to a property if they don't like what they see in the floor plan.
Yeah,
now, is this pretty clear? This is the upper floor. You can see master bedroom, etc., etc.
It's very clear. It's very clear. Actually, it might work better because of the way we set up the screens if it were landscape instead of portrait, but that's okay because it is pretty clear the way it is.
Yeah.
Just to mention, Bruce, for you, just to reassure you, there was a study done in the UK by one of our big portals called Rightmove, and they wanted to know the top 3 things that people wanted in their real estate marketing. And number 1 was the photos. Number 2 was the floor plan. And they started doing a trial with 3D floor plans on the paper, and people didn't like them at all. They went back to the same old 2D floor plans because people found them so useful. And the third thing, which increased rapidly last year, were panoramic photos, 360-degree photos, and hence the portal decided to run out a brand new concept to do 360-degree panoramic photos, which they could upload to the portal. So floor plans are very important.
The three. I guess my comment is on the 360. I think it gives you a good, kind of a good impression of what's around you. But a lot of times it gives you a lot of distortion. So you have to kind of take that into effect, and that's why I find that the floor plans are really, really nice. A person can say, well, I've got a king-size bed. Is it going to fit into the master bedroom? Well, floor plan, you can tell all that. Or I've got 2 kids, and I want to make sure that the twin beds fit into their room. Is it going to fit? So on and so forth. So.
Well, if I just put a bit of a caveat on that, I actually think the reason that came third is because I don't think video is that widespread still in the UK, and yet last year it was really, video became the king when suddenly real estate agents realized that they could put their own videos onto YouTube. So I think there'll be a big shift in 2014 where the clients will be more demanding of video. And that's again where this sort of stuff comes in so unbelievably handy. And credit to Jane to be forward thinking on this. And you guys, you're even one step ahead of that. So the video, I think, will be big this year.
I think James, what this all boils down to is it gives us more tools to stand out from the crowd, number one, because the real estate market is very, very competitive. And then number 2, it's all about the customer, really. I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to help the customer. So whatever tools that we can gather around and use in our marketing or display, whatever, to help the customer make a decision, whether it's buying or selling, all the better.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And the glorious thing about this sort of stuff is that it's accessible. One of the things for me, there's been a big shift in the last year, 18 months with real estate, is that what we've always done as real estate agents in the past is we've literally done the old disruptive form of marketing, which is we've done TV adverts, we've put adverts in papers, basically to be there to disrupt the client and say this is the best house out. What we're now doing is actually we're giving clients the ability to see a property in the comfort of their own home. And that is for me, it's a really big important point about selling houses, which is psychologically, when a client walks into a property exhibition or when they walk into a real estate agent office, there is a little tiny bit of stress attached to it. They don't want to get sold to, they don't want to get pitched to. what you're doing here, what you can do with hosted Hangouts, what you can do with online streaming video, is you can say to people, look, we'll show you around, but you guys can sit there with a cup of tea, sitting on your sofa, and you can relax while we'll show you what this property is all about. And it's the change of the psychology of a sale, of a property sale, which I think is so unbelievably important for the clients, which is why this, again, has got huge legs for the next couple of years.
Yeah, James, I really love what you just said, because it's so true. You know, customers don't want to be sold. They want to buy, but they don't want to be sold.
Absolutely.
Well, James Dearsley, thank you so much for your contribution from the, I guess, from the marketing side and from all the research and what you do. You've been an extremely valuable resource person tonight, and thank you for taking time to share with us. Is there anything that any of the panelists, Dan, any final comment that you would like to make about your wonderful technology?
Oh, got a phone call. Hold on, let me just put that off. Sorry about that.
Didn't I tell you to mute your phone before you came?
You know, you just got to stop saying that G word. That's all. You know.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's how it's dominated our lives. It's amazing, how much attention we give to the G word.
It really is amazing, and it's funny because from a technology standpoint, the more people who actually use Google Glass, the better off it is for us actually, because we're able to show them things that Google really never thought of when they built the product, because they don't have the years of experience in the wearable technology market. Yes.
Okay, well, I guess it's about time to say thank you from the UK. Many thanks to Jane Gardner. Excuse me.
Thank you for having me.
And James Dearsley, as always, you're at the front of a lot of things, James, and I've appreciated. I remember the HOA that you did with the folks from Toyota as they were doing something new in HOA, and you were right there to share it. And here you are in the real estate world. So you rock, James Dearsley. Thank you for your expertise. And from Salt Lake City, want to thank Robin Buckwalter. Actually, I just met Robin today. This is the second hangout I've been on with her today. And is the Deuce Man around there anywhere?
Yeah, we're right here.
Or the Deuce Man. Or there he is. There's a Deuce Man.
You see him poking his head.
Dennis, thank you very much for being a technical advisor in Salt Lake City. We certainly appreciate that. And Dan Quee.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time and sharing how very simple it can be to get involved in the real estate market with available technology.
You're welcome.
And Bruce McCallum from British Columbia. We want to thank you for taking time out. You've got the easiest time because it's earliest there. It's bedtime.
It's only 2 o'clock.
What are you going to do for the rest of the day, Bruce? Are you going to sell that property?
Well, maybe I'll sell it to you, David. You need a vacation spot.
Yeah, you'd have to really sell me on the weather thing. I guess though British Columbia is really beautiful in the summertime, but for the last 2 weeks I've been living in a deep freeze in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I'm ready for some warm weather. So thank you very much. Michael, is there something that you would like to say tonight?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I unmute myself, it helps, and if I can place myself on the screen, it helps as well. There we go. Yeah. What can I say? We've managed to look at 4 properties in 3 countries using multiple pieces of equipment, and I know which my favourite is, and it's not. I've been involved in web design for about 18, 19 years. I've been involved in video, but not constantly, for around 12, 13 years. 12 years ago, I was desperate to stream video of vehicles for sale, and I had to settle for static, well, not static video, but just pre-recorded video, and it was unfortunate, but we still managed to sell vehicles to people 500 miles away before they'd even seen the vehicle. So imagine now, 12 years later, what can be done with property. And what we've done tonight is really just a test. It's the tip of the iceberg. There's been comments in there have been comments in the comment tracker running, and we have been following them, but we're on a really tight schedule to get all these properties in, and really the show is about them and what they can do. And we've done things like bring Google Earth in, bring the comment tracker in live, bring video in from the Vuzix M100, which I looked at that and I compared it with what I've seen coming from other technologies, wearables. For me, it's
Don't use the G word. Don't use the G word.
I didn't use the G word. I'm just going to switch to the Hangout. I'm watching Dan.
Well, it's been fantastic. It's been a fun evening, and a couple things. First of all, I want to thank our guests for taking time and sharing in a very historic event, and we're just getting going. And you've been part of some history making tonight, and we thank you. Michael, thank you for all the hours that you have put into expressing your creative ideas in the world of technology. You've spent, I know how much time you've spent doing all the different that you've done, because you and I communicate virtually every day.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. And you know, we showed a real estate application, but I think we are only limited by our creative imagination.
Oh, yeah.
All the other type of verticals that could be used to do the same type of thing that we did this evening. I just want to send a message out to the realty world. Michael and I'm not going to take time to do it now, but Michael will put on a landing page an idea that we are going to launch maybe this weekend. And it is going to be an opportunity for realtors to showcase their properties in a 5 to 10 minute video or live, however we can work out to do it. And we're going to create an HOA, and that's all we're going to do. To share properties obviously anywhere in the world, anywhere where technology goes. Which is anywhere,
you know, I mean,
and beyond.
We can video. It's a little bit like the banner that I pushed out on Hosted Hangouts recently. I tried to, how can I put it, dumb down what I'm doing and make it as simple as possible. And I simply said, if you have a mobile phone or a mobile device that can connect to the internet, we can broadcast whatever that camera is pointing at. And it's as simple as that. We've proved it tonight. We've had Bruce with an iPhone in British Columbia. We've had Jane with a camera that was pre-recorded in England. We've had Robin in Salt Lake City with not just 1, 2, I think 3 cameras, and Dan with the Vuzix. And we've tested pretty much everything it's possible to use tonight in just 1 hour. Well, a little bit over an hour.
And as I said, Michael and I have created a product for the realty world, and we won't talk about it tonight, but Michael will put it on a landing page. Okay, Michael?
Yeah, I'll put a link into the event page.
And we'll put a link into the event page. But just to give you an idea, a realtor will be able to do something with us for probably less than the cost of a classified ad in whatever market, wherever market you are. And we are very, very...
A quick question to the guys we've got in the panel, the realtors. How much does a classified ad cost, and how long does it run for?
none of them use it. They all use video technology.
Yeah.
Well, if I can speak to that, I don't use print that much anymore.
Interesting.
It's up in Canada. We've got a very, very good MLS system, a multiple listing system, And it's rather unique to the real estate market. In the States, they have multiple MLS systems, but here, when a person is buying or selling, they're all going to the MLS system, which is all internet-based. And so I rarely do print ads. But in answer to your question, I can get a box ad, let's say 3.5 inches by 5 inches for $85 to $90, I think, in the local real estate paper.
Okay, well, that's good information. So what I said was absolutely true. So we will, as opposed to sharing it tonight, we'll put it on a landing page. Michael will put a link in the events page to that landing page. And thank everybody. It's been a wonderful, very enjoyable evening as we've shown real estate. Michael, you did it. We've shown real estate all over the world. How much fun was that?
It's cool. I'll run the outro and then we'll hang around and have a few minutes together, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well done, Michael.
Thanks. Bye.